Okay, here we go. It is day one of the great origami room purge. So this is what we have to work with. This is my staging area. This is my dining room, but I've pushed my dining room table over. The green topped tote over there is my Goodwill tote. And then I have lots of boxes for putting all the things in to haul out. And this is the hot mess that is the origami room post-apocalypse, or otherwise known as Christmas. All the pillows are disheveled. All of that equipment is going to come down off that wall. I've got to find another space for it. This is my desk, which became a dumping ground for all things that didn't belong in the kitchen. And this is where I put just all my storagey stuff. That is all of my yarn. And then this closet is where the kids' toys, their clothes live in that little bin. There's toys, and then a Mod Podge of other things that just ended up being flung in here with my fiber to store. So that's the starting point that I have to work with. The first thing that's going to happen is we are going to purge everything from the desk and the little cubby over there and from the closet. Everything has got to come out of this room and be put in the dining room. Wish me luck. Quick progress update. We have half an empty room. I have cleared all of this. My yarn was in there. I had a printer and notions there. I had notions and whips up there. And my work desk is completely clean. I do still have this to deal with, but that's fiber related, which I'm putting in different boxes. But yeah, this space is now completely clean. And here is my dining room. Oh my word. I did put a few things in the Goodwill box, not a lot, but the main purpose was just to purge the room. This is whips and that's yarn. Mostly this is leftover yarn, and that's acrylic yarn. And then this is cone yarn, and this is all the other weights of yarn. Just a mess. My poor little spinning wheel. And this is mostly stuff that came from that second shelf, and also like all of my office equipment and stuff is back there. That is all needles and notions. That is now my dining room. Oh my word. It's a mess. But we're getting there, and now on to the other half of the room. Okay, that part is done. I decided to go ahead and make the bed before I dove into the closet. I removed a partial bookcase that was behind the bed and it left so much more room. We gained like 2.5, 3 feet by pushing the bed back. And so next on the docket is I'm going to roll up this rug and vacuum everything. Okay, before we get into the hot mess that is the closet and removing all of the nails and screws and things from the wall, I want to consider reconfiguring the origami room. Right now, my desk is up against a wall and my fiber is up against an exterior wall. And I'm thinking I want to kind of create the illusion of separation between the rest of the room and what's considered my office. So I'm going to pull some furniture around and see if I like the look and the setup. And if not, I'll have to pull the furniture around again. So this should be fun. So I'm kind of liking this setup. It does create kind of a separation of the office and there's still plenty of space, I think, for the kids to play. The one thing that we need to make sure can happen is that the trundle bed can come out from under the other bed so that Dylan can sleep, because when they sleep over, we pull the trundle bed out and she sleeps on that bed. So let's try that. I am so stinking pleased. The trundle bed comes out just to the end of the desk. So we can still push that trundle bed all the way out and Dylan can have a space to sleep. I am so excited because I kind of like this setup. For now, I'm a Gemini. Give me 6 months, right? Okay, so now that this has been established, it's time to put the desk back together. So here we go. I have my printer and my printer paper. I kept the empty boxes from Julie's Advent, and that is going to be my fiber Advent next year. I'm going to start adding fiber as I spin it this year for next year's Advent skein. And then this is the office area. And I very purposefully took all fibery things, oops, cleaning cloth, all fibery things out of the space because I don't want to be distracted at work by any of my hobbies. So literally this is going to be just work area, and hobby things are going to be above my head, hopefully where I can't see them. And I love it. Okay, I had a little lunch break and it is time to tackle the closet. So I did a kind of cleanup and purge of the kids' toys not too long ago, so it didn't take long to get that under control. But I took out all of my fibery things. I have a few things left over here that are sewing because the ironing board is in this closet. The iron kind of needs to stay. And I'm thinking I'm going to do like everything from here over is going to be sewing stuff. Most of my sewing stuff is in my bedroom, but I'd like to start bringing it back in here where it belongs. So that half is going to be the sewing, and hopefully by the end of Yarnstash, Destash, only this top section will be fiber. That's the goal anyway. So let's go look at the dining room. What have I done? This is my dining room. I'm going to put some of this back in the room for Yarnstash, Destash, but I don't think it'll all fit. We'll see. All that's left in the dining room is Goodwill, a few things that need to find a home, my sewing stuff, and some random things that didn't belong in the room in the first place. Okay, I am absolutely knackered. But I've cleaned everything out. I've staged stuff for organization, so I'm going to give you a quick tour. Okay, so walking in from the door, to my left, this is all of my recording and electronic equipment. Tucked behind there is my stand I use most often. I couldn't find anywhere else to put those, so they're hanging there for now. You step back a bit. So this is my printing station. My printer didn't fit on top anymore with the shelf, so printer and then extra paper. These are all the knitting tools that used to hang on the wall. They're a little harder to get to, but I don't use them often, so it's gonna work out much better having them kind of tucked up there rather than all over the wall. And then I have my little notions caddy that has all my little notion-y things. It's just a lot more streamlined. This is supplies and other just things. And then my office, I now love. So this is the office area. The only yarny thing are my yarn bowls, which I don't want to put up there because they're fragile. So they're going to live here. And then my office is just an office. I have my little crocheted cacti that Kayla knit me for the camper, my music, and that's it. This is just perfect. I love it. Now, the hot mess. This is the hot flaming pile of mess. These are all whips. That's a whip that I'm actually going to take out into the living room and do start. And then this is all fibery things. This is needles and notions. Those are project bags. This is scrap yarn. Those are cone yarn. And then in that striped tote is acrylic yarn. So today's prompt for the Yarnstash Restash was to just simply gather all the things together. But I wanted to redo my room, my office, my origami room, because it's an office, a bedroom when the kids are here, and a crafting space for me. So I call it origami. It all depends on where I'm folding things at the moment. So I've done my first bit. This is all of my things all gathered in one place. It's a hot mess, but 2 weeks of Yarnstash Restash, and this is going to look incredible and be organized, and I'll be able to find things, and it will be lovely. The rest of the room might be a work in progress, but my office space is so cozy and nice. I can sit and watch YouTube and knit, and it is just lovely, and I can't wait for the rest of the space to be as cozy as this. Thank you so much for coming along this journey with me. Give us a thumbs up on the video if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see the rest of this journey. We will tackle the rest of the room over the course of the next 2 weeks, and I hope you will join me for those videos as well. Thanks so much for watching. We really appreciate it, and I hope you have a great night.